Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today we are we're going to have a re-look at my Pace 100E desoldering station, which is this thing here. Now, I don't know if you've seen my other video, but I picked this up last year off of eBay for, it was at literally about 20 quid. It's a industrial desoldering station. It's ancient. I think this one was made in 1980, or about 1980 anyway. But I picked this over one of these. You can pick these cheap Chinese desoldering stations up now, and they're under 100 quid. A little handheld things with a handheld trigger and everything, all in one. The compressor and everything's built into the same unit, you know. But I like old school stuff, and this caught my eye because it didn't cost me a great deal of money. I have used it off and on since I bought it, but the only major problem I had with it was I only had the one tip for it that was in the gun itself that came with it, the handpiece itself that came with it, and the tip wasn't in brilliant condition. The vacuum pump seemed to work itself alright, but the tip wasn't good, and it's actually jammed solid into the handpiece. It's meant to easily release, and it doesn't. It's welded in there. But anyway, I was browsing around on eBay, and I found an American seller who was selling off some American armless surplus. And I was lucky because he only had 2 of these left. Brand new old stock. But what I bought was a brand new, like I said, brand new old stock from the mid-1980s. It's actually a slightly later one than the one that I got with this, but that is a brand new handpiece for it. Together with, let me just put that away. I didn't only get the handpiece, I also got a service kit with it with new filters, because that is one of the filters out the pump that I've taken out. They're both pretty manky. So it came with new filters, all new glassware inside the handle there. This silicone shroud for the handpiece, which my other one doesn't have. These do get rather hot after use, and if you consider this was designed to be used, you know, perhaps 12 hours a day, perhaps even longer in a workshop environment, these handpieces did get hot. So that silicone holder for it is actually quite nice. It does do the job. So I got all the service bits with it, and I'll put them in here now, but I got a cleaning set with it. That's actually for cleaning out the inside where the changeable tips go. That's for cleaning the solder reservoir. It come with a couple of new filters, some clips for the cable, which it's to clip the hose and the cable together. I've not actually used them. I've ended up using cable ties because I think this is slightly thicker than the old one, and them clips won't go on it properly. So cable ties have done just as well there. But more importantly, because these are so difficult to get for this now, is I got a spare set of tips with it. Now, I've seen these selling for like 30 quid for a set of 5 on their own for this particular handpiece. So I got them in the kit with it. Now, I paid for the kit $70, which I think at the point of time worked out at something like about, that was including postage to the UK, which I didn't think was particularly bad. It worked out about 55 quid or something like that at the time. So I snapped it up. I then got stung with a customs charge at this side of the pond, which I was not too happy about. I bought far more expensive things from China, and I've never got stung with an import charge. Every time I buy something from America, I get hit with a bloody import charge on it. And I wouldn't have thought this would even have been relevant for an import charge, because technically it's a spare part. And I don't think spare parts are covered under excise duty. Anyway, that is my old handpiece that came with it, and as you can see, the tip on the end's very, very badly worn, and it won't come out, and can see how yellowed and manky the hose is. It looks like it's smoked like 60 a day for most of its life. So yeah, I will keep this. It does actually still work. The element's fine in it and everything. And if I could ever get that to release and do find some more tips, or find a nice machinist to make me some, I will keep hold of that. But for the time being, I've got my nice shiny new one. And I've been playing, basically. I've just spent the last 20 minutes. I've dug out some scrap circuit boards, and I just thought I would have a play at seeing how easy this thing is to get things off. And it is, with this new handpiece, it is actually really nice. What I love about this, not over on there. Let's move that across so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, what I really like about this particular setup, rather than the cheaper Chinese ones, is instead of having a trigger on the actual handpiece, you've got a foot pedal with it, so you can get yourself nicely lined up on what you want to do, and it's off. Yeah, let's have a go at that one. Let's have a see. There we go. Really that simple. I'll just get that in with my thing again. You see that? That simple. Really brilliant, this little desolder station. And not lifted a track. I was rushing there as well, but I've not lifted a track or anything on that. As you can see, that's nice, nicely out there. So yeah, these things are well worth well worth looking out for on eBay and other auctions and what have you. If you see one and it's under like 50 quid, which is really the base of what you can get them cheap Chinese from. There are some even cheaper ones, but I wouldn't even touch one of them things. They're a fire hazard more than anything. But no, if you can find one of these for under 50 quid, and the handpiece is good, and it's got a few tips with it or what have you, snap it up, because yeah, they're a really nice machine. So I thought I'd share that with you. Thought I'd show you my new handpiece. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.